They, and I'm sure many of the folks watching right now, have the right idea. Go out, walk, enjoy it. Those roads are very, very, very bad. I'm actually working right now to get you to a man who knows everything you need to know about those roads. Richard Devane, I'm going to toss it out to this shot, and hopefully he can hear me. It looks like he can. Richard, it's me, not Meg. We're keeping your head on a swivel. Richard, what are you guys seeing out there? I know it's been a busy day.
Yeah, we're seeing, like you said. As a matter of fact, we just were leaving that neighborhood where there was a fire, and we actually saw a snowplow, Charlotte Department of Transportation snowplow on what would be a neighborhood road, which is good news. But as you know, they can't be every place at every time. It is bad out here. Tough, as you can see this car in front of us going. That's that scene that we were talking about just a little bit ago, where there was that fire. The roads are really slick, and there's ice under that snow, so it makes it tough going just walking around. So now the situation is that the more accumulation, the tougher it is, but those plows are out there trying to get as much as they can away, so they'll get it away from the roads. That way when we see people out playing, having a good time, that's the best bet. If you're out, go out and play, have a good time, make a snowman best you can, or throw snowballs or something like that. Do like Autumn and skate down the road. It's not good to skate when you're in a car, but it's great to do when you're out in the snow down a hill. Taking a look, the traction is the key thing, and I think that was Brad. I think I heard him earlier telling people about the different gears in the cars that you can use. Know that, and how to get that extra traction if you're trying to get out of your driveway or something like that, or if you come to a spot. But the best advice on all of these is know that when you're driving, take your time, go as slow as you can. And don't be a brake stomper real fast. Don't step on your brakes really, really fast or hard. You'll spin out. And pay attention to everything around you. You know how you're taught in driving ed to not just drive for yourself, but everyone else on the road today, especially. Watch other cars, because other people are slipping and sliding. This road is actually a little drivable, for those who aren't in the Chevy Storm Tracker, but would I advise it? Absolutely not. It's not. There's some slick spots on the road here. This is off of the plaza, actually, where we're driving inbound on the plaza. So the conditions are not great. I've seen more and more people take to the roads, and so I do want to offer a word of caution that you just want to give it some time, let more time pass. You can see in our shot, there's snow still coming down, so it's going to continue to make the conditions worse. And as more people are out there, you reduce the opportunity to have a safe drive, even if you're taking it slow. There are other cars out there, and they may not be. So the best advice is staying inside the house. I'm looking now at some of our power lines above head, and there's accumulation of snow, of course, landing on top of them. The evening hours, concerns about that freezing over and creating that more than 1/4 of an inch of ice, and then that could start to have our power lines sag and fall. You see the stream of cars coming up, and there is a snow plow. It's got its plow up. I guess it'll find a spot to go into. I didn't see whose it was, but there are snow plows all around the city trying to get those trouble areas, take care of them. We're now crossing over East Sugar Creek, as you can probably tell. And as you see, like I don't know if you saw that, but like when the winds blow snow that's on your car into the windshield, it makes it tougher, even more so than the regular drive. We're heading toward Uptown. It's going to take us a minute to get there. But you see cars are taking their time, the cars that are out here. And I'm sure that these are extreme situations where people are on the roads, at least one would hope. A little bit better traction right here as we continue to head down the plaza, heading closer to Uptown. So, I have heard of several major accidents, trouble areas like Independence Boulevard is a trouble area. Some of the interstates, we've seen some trouble areas where people have spun out. a couple of wrecks on 277 where people have crashed into either a pole or into a guardrail or something like that. We've seen police out, doing their job. And as always is the case, give yourself a lot of time, slow down. But if you see emergency workers, road crews, just give them extra time, extra space to do their job. And of course, only be on the roads if you absolutely have to. That's some good advice that you've heard us say multiple times, that this is one of those things you can look out the window, enjoy it, walk in it and enjoy it, but we don't think you should be driving in it. And as you hear our windshields going, there's ice forming on our windshield just because it's so cold. How cold do we have it, Mason? How cold is it out there? 18 degrees out there. So anything that has a chance to sit for a second or so will start to freeze, and that's not good. Let's give you some more visuals. This car is trying to come across, I think. Yeah.
Richard, I've got a question for you.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
So, you were on the road earlier today. Then you were at the fire. Now you're back on the road. I'm looking at the pictures you guys have. Would you say that the roads, even though I know snow's been coming down and it's bad, would you say the roads are better than when you guys first left? Are these main roads looking better than some of the side roads? Because I'm seeing pavement in your guys' shot now,
Right
whereas
here,
I feel like when you drove to
in
that
this
house
shot,
fire, I wasn't seeing any of that.
Yeah, you're seeing it here on these two streets. There are more cars, more heat. On this particular street of this part of the plaza, I think the plaza, we did say earlier, was a little bit better than the interstates, than 277, 85, 77 to begin with. It looks a little bit better now, but it was already better, because I think that's the thing. That's what we were talking about. That's what I was reporting a little bit earlier, that those places that you would think would be a little bit better were not. And these streets, because I even made the comment that I would drive home using these streets instead of trying to use the interstate, which I did on my way in today, and that wasn't as good. 485 and 85 and then 77 were not as good as this, but the plaza was a lot better. Now this part is better than further up, closer to Harris Boulevard. This part of the plaza is a lot better than we've seen further up, but they're not great. They're better, but this part was better to begin with. So I guess there are more cars taking these roads, and we have seen a couple CDOT trucks on this area. So I don't know if they've been doing extra plowing or extra treatment, but I think the fact that you see more cars on these roads, that's what people are doing right now. That's creating this issue of this visual of it looking better. It is better, but we just passed these side streets, and those side streets are impassable. They're just covered. Coming up on Mason Street, covered, and Mason is driving past the street. And let's see, I'm just looking at different streets as we go down. Yeah, as you can see, they're covered, and you have someone over there just trying to shovel out. That is a tough job, because as quick as you shovel, more accumulation goes, but you want to get it out as best you can, because it will just ice over later tonight. Or not even tonight, it'll just ice over because it's already, well below freezing. So as we come
absolutely.
To this street,
Richard, thank you so much. As always, the man with the plan, the man who knows the roads. Very, very, very interesting, the way that the roads are being treated and whatnot. It does look like you are getting close to where we want you to go, so we will let you focus on that. Mason, you're doing a great job driving. Very much appreciate the both of you. We'll hear from you very shortly.
Thanks.